Yes, I'm gonna call you C again because I don't know how to say your name. Look, I appreciate you taking the time. I appreciate you listening to what I had to say, and having the cojones to be like, you know what? You're right. So I'll say one last thing before you go, if you're still there. Don't change that about yourself, because it's very, very hard to say, you know what? You're right. I screwed up. But it's going to take you a really long way in your life, because not enough people do that. And if more people did that, the world would be a better place. So thank you for taking the time. Okay, now I'm live on Twitch, Tara. I hit start the virtual camera and I did not consider pressing go live on stream. I went live on TikTok and I forgot to hit live on the other one. But now I'm live on the other one. That's why I'm like sitting here with the chat open and I'm like, I don't see. No, you know what? No, I was live, but I must have hit something that turned it off again, because Stream Elements did say I'm now live with Legend of Zelda, and now it says it a second time. So I was live and then it went off. So I definitely screwed up and did something wrong. Hello, Wesley. How are you? Welcome, Don Tavis. Hello. How are you? It has been a minute. How's school going for you? And how are you liking Baldur's Gate? I have not revisited it since the launch week. I just haven't had time to sit down and play for long term. Sergio, hello to you as well. How are you? Yeah, so weird. I must have just clicked something, like maybe, I don't know, maybe spacebar or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Or maybe I have a shortcut that I don't know of and I pushed it by accident on the keyboard. But yes, we are going to play some Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past. I'm just going to continue with that just because it's a little bit less stressful. It has been a very long couple of weeks since the holidays, or I'm saying couple of weeks starting like Christmas time. It's been a really long week since the holidays, but a really long couple of weeks, just being really busy, trying to get back into regular life, prepping for my audition, which I'm not very excited about, not because I don't want to audition, just because I feel ill prepared. But it is what it is. I'm gonna do my best to kind of keep myself busy, working on it, I mean, and hopefully it will go okay for the audition. I mean, the director has seen me on stage. I sent them a video clip of me in a different production doing a rock show. So like, he's seen the different things I can sing. He's seen my acting ability. I don't think he's seen my dance ability, because when he came, it was when I was playing a character that didn't dance. But he's seen me do stuff. So it's more about just kind of confirming that with him, and then maybe seeing if I fit a role. We'll see. But yeah, I've been super, like, just out of whack, trying to like figure out where my life is right now as far as like scheduling is concerned. Is not very fun right now, because my sleep schedule is totally messed up. I've said this before, but for anybody else who's kind of just popping in now, I have been sleeping like 2 or 3 hours at a time, and it's like split up throughout the day because I work night shift. And so like I would get home from night shift and I would go to sleep at like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be up at 11:30 so I could be on time for stream at 1. And it made me feel like trash. And then I would be up for most of the day because the sun was out. I couldn't get back to sleep. Then I'd fall asleep again at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and then I'd be up at like 11:30 to head to work for like 12:30. And so like my day was just messed right up. And so it made it so I was only sleeping small bits at a time, and I wasn't getting a full solid sleep. So I was always tired, which made me not want to make content, which made me not want to stream. It made me not want to do anything. And so having that happen while the show was going on and stuff was hard enough. And you know, now like I'm dating Kendra, so like I'm gonna go see her and stuff on the days that we both have availability. And so it's like all of that adds up, and it just like it drained me to not want to do anything. And now I'm trying to reset my internal clock to have longer sleep. And so I'm trying to get to sleep a little bit earlier. I am also trying to sleep in a little bit later. Like I'm starting to get up around 2 o'clock instead of 11 now, which still isn't enough. I'm still only sleeping like 5.5 to 6 hours at a time. but it's better than only 3 hours at a time. Some days I am sleeping right till 3:30, and I'm ending up with like 6.5, 7 hours, 8 hours of sleep, depending on how early I go to bed. But I'm telling you all this because I am going to be starting to stream roughly around this time from now on. Like 5 o'clock is my time. It's 5:45 right now, but I'm starting like around 5 o'clock, 4:30. So it's more later streams, which is going to be a detriment because a lot of the people that casually watch me are no longer going to be coming by because they're in Europe. And like right now, for like 2 of the people that were always here, it's like 11:45 their time. There's just no way they're going to be hanging out here on a Sunday at 11:45 at night when they have to be up at 6 in the morning to go to work. So I have now dropped my concurrent viewership even further because I've shifted my schedule. I still haven't set up like what days I'm streaming because it kind of depends on when I'm going to be seeing Kendra and if I get in this musical. If I'm in the musical, then I have to see what the rehearsal schedule is, and that's really going to mess with my schedule. But we'll see. What I'm going to try to do is see if I can do like 2-hour streams before rehearsals earlier on, because rehearsals don't start till about 7. So if I can start at like 4:30 and go till like 6:30, then I can do a 2-hour stream and then go to rehearsals for the rehearsal time. But it kind of just depends on what's going to happen. But that's where I've been going. That is why my streams have been kind of lackluster. But I'm also only playing A Link to the Past because I am lazy today. I woke up a little bit earlier so I could do my brother's hair. I had to cut his hair and everything. And he showed up late, and so I was planning to start way earlier. And I was gonna do Resident Evil in VR, but I don't have the energy. So I'm just gonna play some Zelda for a couple of hours, and that's kind of what we're gonna do, you know. Yeah. So that's pretty much the state of affairs. And dealing with all of this as life is getting back to normal. Hold on a sec, because Laura just messaged me. Okay, honey. Just a second.
Choose your own offline listening adventure. Spotify Premium lets you download and take your music on the go. Upgrade to Premium and listen your way. Tap the banner to learn more.
Hold on, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to answer so I can pay attention to the stream. But obviously my attention span is not very good right now. Oh man. But Dontavis, how many hours have you put into the game if you're still there? I don't know if you're still there. How many hours have you put into the game, and did you choose one of the pre-made characters or did you make your own character for the game? Tara, how was your weekend? Did you do anything exciting? Did you get up to anything? Were the kids with you this weekend or no? And usually you're either just starting to cook dinner or you just finished cooking dinner. I can't remember. If so, what is for dinner or what did you have for dinner? 60 hours, holy crap, and you still haven't beaten it? You made your own character? Nice, nice. What kind of character did you go for? You had Friday evening free. Oh, how did your hangouts go? You don't have to go into detail, just like good, bad, none of the above. On a second, okay, you're on a second playthrough. Okay. That's the beauty of those games, right? Like you can play them, make decisions, and not be happy, and I have the habit of saving before anything, so like I can just go back to the last save. But yeah, then you can go back, because sometimes you make a decision early on and like 20 hours later you're like, oh, I didn't mean that. It's like that makes you want to have to play the game again, which is awesome. I just don't have the patience. It was such a fun night. Good. No way. Had dinner, drank too much while I built Lego and played video games till Tara. Young lady, I'm so proud of you. Kendra came over on Friday night, and then, or no, yeah, she came over Friday night, and then I went to her place yesterday. Yesterday was Saturday. I'm thinking it's Monday today. I went to her place yesterday, and had dinner with her family and stuff, and then she basically like snoozed on my shoulder while her sister and I spent like 4 hours talking about anime and video games and books. Like totally nerded out. Her sister is more our type of nerd. Kendra is more of like the music, classic music, opera singing, musical theater type of nerd. So like Kendra and I can talk about that stuff together, but she can't nerd out with me about like anime and video games and like D&D. I don't know much about D&D, but she can't like nerd out about any of that with me. So her sister and I had like a full-blown like nerd out session. Her sister, they're twins. And her sister and I just like fully nerded out for a few hours. It was awesome. How's it going, Preston? How are you? Went for a draw wizard first time, and now druid elf. Nice. Hold on. Preston, how's it going? I'm so distracted right now. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the news. There's not really a whole bunch going on. Life is kind of at a weird place right now. I'm trying to get back into making content and like doing videos and stuff. It's not necessarily going well because I don't have any inspiration right now. There's a couple of things I wanted to cover, but like I just don't have. It's not that I don't have inspiration for like the video content. I don't have inspiration to like pull out the camera and like set up lighting and edit and like I'm spending so much time doing my Minecraft videos that the last thing I want to do is like set up my camera and do TikTok. If you don't know, I have a whole Minecraft channel where all I do is Minecraft, and it's a new channel. It's been around for a couple of months now, but I've only done 6 videos. And there was like a month where I didn't do any videos, and so it's a fairly new channel, but it's slowly growing. But like right now I'm working on the next video. I'm hoping to edit the rest of it tonight, and like in the middle of the night, because I'm probably gonna go to sleep for a few hours and then get up before I have to go to work, but I'll probably wake up at like 2 in the morning. So I'm gonna like edit for a few hours before work. I'm hoping that I can finish it tomorrow during the day and then have it posted tomorrow. But like the video for tomorrow is probably going to be about 20 to 25 minutes long, but I've got like 8 to 10 hours of video footage that I have to scrub through. Now, a lot of it is silent stuff. Like there's an hour of it that I had to turn into like a time lapse that was only about 20 seconds long. But like there's a lot I have to scrub through because sometimes I say something that I want to include in the video, so I have to like find where I said what and, you know, do all that. But when I'm spending, like yesterday I spent 4 hours editing. When I spent 4 hours, I don't want to have to set up my camera and do another hour of recording to do another hour of editing for a separate video. It's just a lot of like it's exhausting. It's exhausting. But I'm trying to get back into making content for TikTok and stuff because I gotta find something to do, because there's a good chance I'm not going to be in this musical. There's just not a lot of characters that I can play. There's 3, really. There's 4 that I can play. 1 I refuse to play. 3 that I might be able to play, but like out of the 3, 1 of them is supposed to be a lot younger than me, so there's a good chance I won't get that one. The other one, it kind of depends who goes out for it. And the 3rd one is not within my vocal strength. Like I can sing it, but it's supposed to be way down here, and my voice isn't very bassy. And so like it sounds bassy with the microphone, but it doesn't sound bassy in real life. And so like all 3 characters are not exactly perfect fits for me. The one that is a perfect fit is the one I don't want to do. And so there's a good chance I won't be doing the musical. I'm auditioning for a play as well. but there's only one role for a guy, and I will probably not get that one either. I haven't even started prepping for that one, and it's next weekend. And so like there's a good chance I won't get either, which I'm fine with. I'm not actually too worried about it. So I need something to do, and that's gonna be content. And I gotta really work hard to get myself back in, like, on track of doing streams and videos and all that kind of stuff. But I'm dragging my feet. I'm dragging my feet. You're loving Alan Wake 2. You know what? I really want to try it. Dante, I like the first one. I tried playing American Nightmare, and I didn't spend enough time with it, so I don't know if I would like that one. But I definitely want to play the newest one. I've heard it's amazing. And graphically, it's so pretty, so I want to try it. I just haven't bought it yet. But anyways, that's all the news for me. That's everything that's going on with me. Life is kind of at a weird, like, trying to jumpstart. It's like a lawnmower. I'm like pulling the ripcord, and it's just not starting the engine yet. Oh. But yeah, so I guess that's it. So I guess we'll get started. I'm just like sitting here talking. I'm not even like paying attention to anything. So let me stop that. Open that. Music. Cool. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, we reached this other world. Now I don't actually know what I'm gonna do here, but we'll figure it out. Yes, Brian, it's really nice to have you back. You know, I know life has been kind of hectic for you. If I recall, we haven't spoken in a while, so if I recall, life has been pretty hectic for you. Lots of stressful things happening, so I understand. I've also been very, very, very flaky with my streams. Like when I did the musical, I wasn't really streaming very often. You know, and being in a new relationship, there's been a lot of time being spent, you know, with the new significant other, which also comes into trying to figure out when to stream around that. So I haven't been exactly the most accessible streamer. So it's nice to have you be able to pop in, even if it's just occasionally. Okie dokie, I'm still alive, right? Yeah. Now I'm all paranoid because the stream stopped without me realizing it. So now I'm gonna be watching it constantly, being like, am I live? Am I live? Am I here? I'm gonna be like one of those desperate, you know, when somebody's in a relationship and they're very insecure in the relationship and somebody doesn't talk to them for like 10 seconds. Like, are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Why aren't you talking? Are you mad at me? I'm gonna be that kind of streamer. I'm like, am I live? Nobody's messaged for 2 seconds. Am I live? Am I still live? Nobody's answered in 2 seconds. Am I live? That's gonna be me the whole time today because I'm gonna be paranoid. Tiff, how are you? How have you been? How's life? Tiff, I can't help but get like the excited butterflies in my stomach. You know, the happy butterflies, the like, oh, I'm so happy. When I catch your stream and I see that you have more viewers than I have when I'm live, because like you started watching me, like you weren't into streams and then you started watching me, and then you finally got the bug to want to stream, and even then you were still kind of like unsure, and now it's like not only are you doing well, but you're surpassing me. It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy to see that. It's just, I'm always glad when I see my friends succeeding at something, because, you know, you've always been pretty awesome, and so it's nice to know that you've got a community that thinks you're awesome too, you know? It's pretty awesome. Happy New Year to you as well. This theme is one of your favorites, and I like this one. This one's really nice. It's a nice mix of the music. I can't remember which song in the Zelda universe is my favorite. I don't know. Maybe the Lost Woods theme would be pretty high up there. As far as like full-blown video gaming music, that is my favorite. I have to say it's a split between To Xanarkand from Final Fantasy X or Eyes on Me from Final Fantasy VIII. I love that composer because he composes like orchestral music. And so I love orchestras and I love the way he composes. So I'm a big fan. Oh, shut up, TikTok. It's fine. I was just the spark. I wouldn't say I was the arc, I was the spark that set off your rocket to do your thing, you know? It makes me so happy when I see stuff like that. Like when somebody watches me and they get inspired, because I know how I feel when I see Ryukar, and like how it's thanks to him that everything happened. Like even Kendra walked in yesterday. I'm so confused on my days. Kendra walked in yesterday as I was watching Ryukar, and I was in the kitchen. I was walking in, and Ryukar was on TV. I had him on my television, and it was one of his videos. I don't really watch his live streams, but it was one of his videos. And she's like, "I thought you don't like watching live streams." And I was like, "I don't, but like, he's the guy that inspired me. I like watching him because he inspired me." And it's just like, I know that I've set my own style. I've done my own thing. Like, he has no influence on me in any way. He's never helped me in any way. Like, we've interacted in one stream event together. He's commented on one TikTok that I've made. But like, we don't know each other. We have nothing to do with each other. But I'm a gigantic fan because he was the one that like inspired me to do it. And so it's like knowing that I was able to give somebody else that same inspiration to do it, whether they're, you know, way more successful than me or not, whether their content is better than mine or not, whether I look at their stuff and go, "Oh man, I wish I could do that." That doesn't come into play. It's just like I'm so glad that I got a moment of their time for them to go, "You know what? I want to do that." Because I'm not saying like I feel like, oh, it's because of me you're doing this. It's just like I helped kind of show you this world, and now you're doing it. I love that. I love that so much. Elder Scrolls 3 is on your list. I haven't played any of the Elder Scrolls except for Skyrim and a little bit of Elder Scrolls Online. Skyrim I enjoyed in VR before I played a lot of VR. I think I would enjoy it again if I put a bunch of mods in it to make it more proper VR. But I've never been able to get into those games just because they are so open world. I don't appreciate Bethesda the way other people do. Like, the glitchiness is just not a feature to me. It's not a lovable quirk to me. It's just an annoyance. And so like I don't have that kind of connection to Bethesda. And so I just can't get into Elder Scrolls. And then like the level of openness that they have in the worlds. For me, this is what it turns into. It's so open that you can get lost and not know what to do. And it's hard to kind of keep track of what the main plot is at times, especially for like Skyrim and stuff. Starfield did a better job at keeping you kind of on track, but I just found it really hard to kind of follow the plot points in Skyrim. But it's a huge open world, and because of it being so big and so open, it's glitchy. And so to me, it's like I would prefer a less open world that was less glitchy than to have a gigantic open world that is full of bugs. So to me, that's where my love-hate lies with Skyrim, where it's like, yeah, it's like I get why people like it. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just not for me. I think I've spent flat screen Skyrim. I think I've spent maybe 5 hours in VR Skyrim. I think I have somewhere between 15 to 20 hours into it. But it's just not my Bethesda's not my company. It's not my company. The most I ever spent on a game, like time-wise, was Starfield, and it was about 40 hours. And then I reached a point where I was just like, okay, now the open world repetitive cycle starts, and I'm not interested anymore, and I stopped playing it, and I've never started it again. Just not my cup of tea. Bethesda's not a company that I enjoy, so I don't really know any of their music. But I'm sure their music is, from the little bit that I do remember, I know the music was pretty good. For me, I've always been a Final Fantasy guy, and I know a lot of people don't like Final Fantasy because it's more of a corridor style world. But I have a squirrel brain. I need you to like hold my hand and take me where I need to go. Hence why I struggle with this game too. I don't know if I like that coffee. I bought a coffee. I have a Keurig. I know. Blasphemy. It's not great coffee, but it's just easier. I have a Keurig, and I bought a chocolate-infused coffee. But I don't know if I like it. I don't know how I feel. You have over 1,000 hours in Skyrim. That was my ex. She spent so much time in Skyrim. So much time. It was wild. I don't know. Hold on. Okay. My eyes are burning. Okay. I haven't played it, LDS. I haven't played it. Only because I haven't had the money. That's the only reason. Only because I haven't had the money. I really want to play it. Like, I desperately want to play it. I just haven't yet. But I will eventually. I will eventually. It's just, money has been tight over the last little bit. Long story short, I had a roommate for the last 2 years, and then she moved out, and because of it, I wasn't sure what my budget was gonna be, and I took a pay cut at work, and so like the budget that I did have was not exactly a sure thing that was going to be enough to pay for everything. So I've been on a really, really tight budget trying to make things work. And then I didn't get paid for almost 3 months now. And so I haven't had money to like burn on video games. So when I was gonna buy a game, I wanted to make sure it was something that I absolutely wanted. Now budget's a little bit better, so I'll probably end up getting it eventually. I just haven't. That's it. I just haven't yet. But I hear it's good. Have you? I'm assuming you've played it. If you have, LDS, have you beaten it? I feel like the game... I'm assuming... Whoa! I'm assuming for all of you, the game volume is okay. The game volume sounds really... Like, it feels like it's a bit quiet, but I don't know. Does it sound okay to everybody else? Oh, get away from me! Where are you? I think it's this one. Okay. Link, can you hear me? Oh no, it's not him. It's not him. Never mind, it's not him. Wrong voice.
Link, can you hear me? It's me, Zelda. I'm locked in Turtle Rock on top of Death Mountain. I know you're doing your best, but please hurry.
You've only ever played the 7 remake. Okay, so I haven't played the remake of 7. I've only played the original. I'm going to assume that if you liked 7, that the latest one is going to be somewhat similar as far as like gameplay and mechanics and all that is concerned. Assumption, full assumption. I have heard that it's good. I haven't heard a whole bunch about it though, so there's a good chance that it was like okay. You know, it's not like 7. Excuse me, I'm trying not to burp into the microphone. It's not like 7, where 7 has been out for a while now, but people are still talking about how wonderful it is. I haven't heard that with the latest one. It's like, at first I heard it was really good, and then I didn't hear anything else after that. So I don't know how good it actually is, but I'm gonna assume it's quite good. Yeah, I personally really like Final Fantasy. I didn't mind Final Fantasy, what is it, 15? Was it 15, the one with all the guys? And their, the road trip, that one? I didn't mind that one. I thought the ending, I didn't beat it. I stopped playing it before the ending, mainly because I wanted to wait till they fixed it, because apparently the ending was terrible. I didn't mind that one, but I'm telling you this because I may be a little bit biased. So I wouldn't want to give you advice on whether or not I think you should get, whether or not you should get 16, but I'm gonna assume if you played 7, the remake, that 16 would be similar? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Okay, so I can't do that. It sounds fine, but you got the air purifier? Aww. Okay, so I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, wait. Wait. Can I, like... That's what I'm supposed to do, I think. No. I think it's just a jump. Never mind. Okay, so I am definitely missing a tool. I think I'm missing, like, the hook shot or something. Or, like, the jumping boots or whatever they're called. Because it feels like something is wrong. I just don't know how. Did I get a key or something over here? I don't know. Oh, there's... Okay, hold on. There. I hate these guys. I don't have the magic powder, so I can't kill them. I think I can... Nope. Oops. Anybody who's watching and like smacking your head right now as you watch me play, I have only ever played this game once on stream years ago. I don't actually remember how to play it, so like you're gonna see me do some really dumb things, and it's whoa, and you know, having not played it is going to be ow, dang it. Having not played it, there's gonna be a lot of really dumb, a lot of really dumb decisions being made by me. Case in point, me dying to that dude. And it's because I have no experience with this game. So I'm doing things. Dang it, I don't know where I was going with that sentence. I couldn't come up with a saying that would work. I'm doing it a la carte. I don't know if that works. I don't know if that saying works, but we're gonna pretend it does. Whoops. But speaking of games, you know what game I'm really excited for? And not a lot of people are talking about it because the VR world is such a niche little community. Bulletstorm. That was that was a game that came out years ago on the 360, I think is what it came out on. And I actually enjoyed that game when it came out. They're releasing a VR version of it, and I am very, very excited about it. I really, really want to play it. Yes! I really, really want to play it. I'm excited that it's coming out, and I want to see what they do with it. If you've never played Bulletstorm, it's a typical first-person shooter, lots of action, really lame story, but they're re-releasing it in VR, and it is the gimmick of the game was that you could get points for like the creative ways you would kill the other characters, and so it would be things like you would like kick them into like spikes, or like you could like, I think there was like a hook shot or something you could do that like throw them in the air. You could like shoot them in the air, and like everything like that would get you points and stuff. And it was fun on flat screen. I could just imagine how much fun it'll be in VR. I'm really excited for it in VR. Okay, so now here is... Can I jump down? No. Ow! Nope. Alright, so I'm 100% missing something. Okay. I also got Assassin's Creed in VR. That wasn't too bad. That was surprising. I haven't beaten it. I've only played like maybe 2 hours of it, but it was surprisingly fun. I actually enjoyed Assassin's Creed in VR. Oh, what? What was the point of that if it just drops me and kills me? And I have to listen to this chime the whole time. Uh-oh. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, like there's that. So there's gotta be... I feel like I gotta drop something from up above on that. But I don't know what, and I don't know how. Or who or where. Come here. No other cracked walls here. Get away. All that did was just give me the treasure, so there's nothing here. Go! Go! Oh, yeah. I had the biggest nerd out session with Kendra's sister. I mentioned this a little bit ago, but we were talking about Zelda. She's playing through Wind Waker right now. She's beaten Ocarina of Time, and she's beaten Breath of the Wild, and now she's playing through Wind Waker. And, oh, wait, there's stuff down here. What's down here? Oh, here we go. Here's something I haven't seen yet. Another key. I have keys to doors I can't find. Ow! Ow! Get away from me! Get away from me! Oh, okay. Anyways, she's been playing through Wind Waker right now, and, we were just discussing about how, like, the design of Link had changed and stuff. I kind of wish they would. I wish they would give this game and the Oracle games and Minish Cap. I wish they would give all three of those the same treatment that they gave to Link's Awakening. It would be really, really nice to see that game done with that kind of graphic style. Because I really liked Link's Awakening. It was hard, but like they've got the engine already. So I don't see why not remake that, like these games. It would be fairly easy for them, I'm sure. Okay, so we keep getting keys to stuff, but I don't know where the boss door is. Oh, there's a secret room over there. Wait, hold on. Have I seen that secret room? What's that secret room? But yeah, like I think this game would do really well with a remake. I think this being remade would be quite a good game. I also think the Oracle games, Minish Cap, I kind of like the graphical style of Minish Cap. I wouldn't mind if they remade Minish Cap, but like kept the same artistic design and just made it look sharper. Do you know what I mean? Minish Cap was good. I thought Minish Cap was fun. Okay, so is this the... No, that's that. No, wait, this isn't where I wanted to go. Never mind. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. I definitely want to play Minish Cap again. I think I own it on my Wii U. I have to double check. I think I own it on my Wii U. Yeah, I have to double check that one. I gotta find my Wii U first of all. Yeah, my Wii is right there. I forgot my Wii was on the shelf there. My Wii is there, so we're definitely prepared for Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. But Minish Cap, man, I want to play some Minish Cap. Oh, that's why I can't do it, because there's a thing here that doesn't let me do anything. Oops. No, 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 no. Man, I think I need like a hook shot or something. See, because that doesn't do anything. This is just going to kill me. Oh, I can jump? Wait, when were they going to tell me I could jump by just doing that? Why was I not informed? I didn't know I could jump by just running. Oh no! I forgot about that. Well, this is why I'm terrible at these games. Move out of the way. Do I still have a key? No more keys. Oh no. Get away from me. Get away from me. Oh, let's listen to this beeping the whole time. I don't have space for emeralds or whatever they're called. So there's the boss door in the middle, which I need the key, which I don't have. Oh, that was close. Oh, that was close. What's in here? Arrows. Dang it. Key? Yes. Okay. I'm gonna die. I'm so gonna die right here because I can't see him. There he is. Go. Hello, Baby Chicken Studios. How are you doing? How is the weather in the UK today? I have somebody that hangs out that's from the UK as well. I don't actually know what part of the UK he's from, actually. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Okay. Go. All right, we did it. But yeah, I don't actually know what part of the UK he's from, funny enough. I'm such a good friend, apparently. Oh, I can't shoot you guys? What? Come this way. Come this way. Go. Oh, that was close. Oh, aw, dang it. I thought it was going to be all quick and get out of the way. But Baby Chicken, thank you for popping in. I appreciate you being here. If you are a fan of this game, and you know this game well, you may pull your hair out watching me right now, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm quite terrible at this game. Okay. What did that do? Did that open the door for me? I don't know if that opened the door for me. Maybe? Oh. Nope. How do I change that? I didn't see a thing that changed it. Nope. Nope. Oh, never mind. Can't go that way. It's almost 11:30 and yeah, it is very late over there. I'm in Canada, so I am at 6:26, so almost 6:30. Definitely much cooler late at night. We're dealing with some pretty cold weather right now. Apparently it's going to warm up again in a day or two, but we're definitely dealing with some warm weather or cold weather right now. Colder than we have had. Still quite warm for Canada. All right, I am missing a key. Where would the key be? Cold and gray. That is a very good descriptor. Oh, wait a minute. Can I do this? Cold and gray is a very good descriptor. You know, I can't complain because I feel like Canada usually has it way worse. So I'm enjoying the fairly mild winters right now. I'm enjoying the fairly calm winter we've had. It's gonna hurt me. Yep. Yeah, so like I can't complain. The winter has been okay. It hasn't been horrible, which I'll take. I'll take it. But that being said, I still would prefer it if it was warmer. I don't like the winter at all, like in any way. I'm not a fan of winter. Bye. Oh no! Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I'm so dumb. Right there, I didn't even see it. There it is. Yeah, and then that always led to like major ice issues, and at the same time, major snowstorms and stuff, because things would evaporate, and then you'd end up with a huge snowstorm when it cooled down again, and it was not fun. I 100% prefer... What the heck? Oh. I 100% prefer the winters that we're having right now. I don't like winter. I don't like winter at all. I hate winter. So I'm not looking forward to it. I was meaning to buy winter tires this year, and I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't. At least yet, because we haven't had snow, so there hasn't been a need for them. Okay. Now. Ouch. Dang it. Stop it. Dang it! I don't have any more fairies either. But yeah, I am glad I didn't buy winter tires, mainly because I wouldn't have had use for them right now. But I will probably have to buy them, and now I'm at that point where I'm like, it's gonna snow eventually. I'm gonna have to buy winter tires eventually, but it's only gonna last for like a couple of weeks, and then it's gonna be gone because, you know, we're getting closer and closer to the end of winter. And like spending all that money for winter tires that will only be used for a few weeks, just, it doesn't feel justifiable. But, you know, once I buy them, I'm going to have them from then on, so I know I can just use them again the year after. But still. But I am very glad that the weather has not been as bad lately. Yeah, Wesley, here a lot of people don't use them, but it makes a huge difference. You kind of get used to it. We also have the infrastructure to deal with snow, so it makes it a little bit less of a stressful situation than it would be somewhere like the UK. Especially when you think of things like, you know, like the heat, right? How many times do Americans make fun of people in the UK for heat? Like, when you guys had that heat wave, was that last year or the year before? When you guys had that really bad heat wave, and you know, all the Americans were like, "Oh, you guys are crying over this. Like, you should come to Texas, where it's like 105 degrees every summer." And it's like, yeah, but Texas is built to withstand the heat. The UK is not. It's just the same as Canadians who laugh at Americans when like Texas shuts down their whole state because they got like a millimeter of ice. Whereas like we get 4 feet of snow and we're like, are you going to be at work on time or are you going to be a little bit late today? But it's just the infrastructure is not there. So thankfully, when we get big snowstorms, usually the roads are okay, but winter tires make a huge difference. Come on, come on. Oh, man. But, like, I just don't like winter, so I can't appreciate the snow. I'm not a fan of it at all in any way. I have some friends that really like it, but, like, I have one friend who loves it, but she grew up with money, so she would go, like, skiing and stuff. I don't do that stuff. I didn't grow up with that stuff. That was just not something that I experienced. So for me, there's no appeal to the snow. It just means it's cold and it's wet, and I don't like that. Okay, that doesn't work. So what if I... There we go. I forgot that I could do that. This summer was pretty hot. Yeah, okay, so I thought it was that summer. I can't remember. I couldn't remember. Yeah, and like you guys in the UK get a lot of rain, right? Like raining is very, very common over there. Like we get rain here too, but not as common as you guys do. Like this year, we had a pretty dry summer. We ended up with a lot of forest fires because of how dry our summer was. But our winter's also been pretty dry. We've been getting a lot of rain recently, but it's been a fairly dry winter as well. Oh, that's the worst, baby chicken. That's the worst. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? A lot of houses in the UK don't have air conditioning to begin with, but they're also just not made to... Oh, what do I do here? I didn't get the item yet. They're also just not made to endure hot weather for... Like, houses are not built to endure the hot weather, so the heat will have a much larger effect in the UK than it would here. Because, you know, here... now it's more common. When I was growing up, it wasn't. But here, a lot of places now have air conditioning. And so having central air conditioning in your place is not unheard of. Okay, so what do I do then? I need to find the hammer somehow, but I don't know how. It's hardly more than an inch or two. Yeah, see, and here, like, we can have winters that we don't get a lot of snow. Like, this winter, we've barely had any. Like, it's been tiny amounts. Even right now, there's some snow on the floor, on the ground. There's some snow on the ground, but it's minuscule amounts. Like, it's nothing that is even worth acknowledging right now. But then we have winters where we can get some pretty deep snow, and then I also live in an area where the snow is not nearly as bad. There are parts of Canada where the snow is horrendous. Parts of Canada where the snow is something that you would absolutely... How did I end up there last time? That the snow is something that you would absolutely not be able to endure because of how severe it is. So it kind of depends on where you live as well. Because, like, where I live, we might have snow and we get like a foot or two. But then there are places, even just a few hours away from me, where they'll get like 4 or 5 feet when I only get 1 or 2. And that can be a lot harder to deal with. So I'm pretty lucky with where I live. Get out of here. No, stop it. Stop it. Yeah, you guys get a lot of hurricanes. I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that the UK dealt with hurricanes. I mean, I live in Canada. We usually see American disasters happening. So, like, we hear about the American hurricanes. I've never heard of a hurricane in the UK. I didn't know that. Itchy. Okay, so if that wasn't where I want to go, maybe the left one is where I want to go. Oops. Aw. Okay. Where is the one spot that I checked out last time? Is it this way? Oh my God, Wesley, I'm sorry. I was talking to Baby Chicken Studios and I saw the YouTube logo. And so I just didn't even read the name. I just saw the red and I was like, oh, I'm still talking to Baby Chicken. Sorry. I didn't realize I was talking to you. I didn't realize I was talking to you. I apologize. Yeah, the States get some pretty severe hurricanes. I'd rather deal with some snow than the hurricanes you guys deal with. Because sometimes the hurricanes you guys get are pretty... Whew. And then you always see that crazy Florida man type thing where they're like standing in the middle of a hurricane, like headbanging. You always get those. You always get those. Dang it. Haha. It's that whole like shortcut reading thing, you know, like you don't read the whole thing, you just see a symbol and you're like, ah, I know what I'm talking about. And it's like, nope, I did not know what I was talking about. And like sometimes people will talk at the beginning of the stream and then they just won't say anything else, so you just assume it's not them talking the whole time. Florida man is a meme for a good reason. It really is. It really, really is. Okay. I somehow need to get myself to that giant chest. But how do I get there? So the boss door is down there. How do I get there? I don't actually know. Ouch. Motkai Vibe, hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you popping in. How's it going? Okay, so I don't know what I'm doing, man. I don't know what I'm doing. So we're here. And now we're here. It's not my first time, but it's my second time. So not much more experience than somebody playing it for the first time. And when I played it, it was about 4 years ago. So no memory whatsoever. Which for the most part, I don't actually mind. I like being kind of lost at times. It just feels a little embarrassing. Because I'm playing a game that everybody kind of knows. And I am wandering around kind of like a fool. Okay, I know I need to get the hammer. I just can't for the life of me remember where it is. I know it's in the chest over here, I think, but I don't know how to actually get to it, how to access it. So if I go here... Is it here? I don't know. I don't actually know what I'm talking about. Come over here, guys. Come down here. Come down here. Come visit me. Whoa! Dang it. Just come down here. Oh, you're so lucky, baby chicken. You're so lucky. I don't have my original SNES anymore. My parents got rid of it. They sent it to a cousin of mine back home, and so I don't have it anymore. I wish I did. I really wish I did. And I used to own Mario All-Stars as well. I never owned Kirby, though. I always rented Kirby. I loved the Kirby games. But this was a game I never played. I've told this story before. So anybody who's hearing it for like the 15th time, I apologize. But this was a game that I rented at the rental place, and it was something that I rented, and it was one of those games. I don't know how old you are, but there was a thing that would happen when you would rent games as a kid, where you would rent a game and it would turn out to be a horrible game, but the rental place would never let you return the game or exchange the game. And so if you picked a game you didn't like, you were stuck with it for the weekend. And my family didn't have a lot of money, so we wouldn't be able to rent often. And so this was one of those games that I rented, and I didn't like it. And so I just never played it when it came out. And kind of a bummer. Kind of a bummer. And so I am not as experienced in this game as other people. What? Okay, so that doesn't work. I'm not as experienced in this game as other people, but I never, now that I'm older, I kind of wish that I did have it. Because obviously it's a classic. And I am not privy to it. But I wish I had my original SNES. I do. The SNES was such a great system. I have an SNES, or I did. I think I might have gotten rid of it, actually. But it broke. The Mode 7 chip that's in it, I don't know what it's actually called, the NES Mode chip, or whatever it's called. It was broken, and so games that used Mode 7, which was pretty much everything, some of them worked and some of them didn't, because part of the chip was broken, not the whole chip. So there were certain things it wouldn't do. Just go, run. So like Donkey Kong, for some reason, when I would play Donkey Kong, it would put you in the barrel, and the barrel would always shoot straight down, no matter what, which I don't understand why. There was another game, I can't remember what game it was now, but there was another game that when it would go into mode 7, it would freeze, and it wouldn't load the game. But I had a clone console, and when I put it into the clone console, Donkey Kong worked fine. So I know it was the console and not the game that was broken. It is. And the thing is, when I was in college, I had a friend in college, and she knew I liked video games, and so like she brought me an NES game that she just had lying around in her house. And then her and I went one day and just wandered around our town looking for NES games and stuff. And like I bought Super Mario 3 for $5. I bought Super Mario 1 for 10. Or no, reverse. I bought Super Mario 1 for 5. I bought Super Mario 3 for 10. I bought Donkey Kong for $20. And now it's like you're paying $25, $30 for Mario 3. It's kind of disheartening. It's kind of disheartening knowing that that is where the world is right now, because it's become so like it's a fad to collect stuff like that. Nobody's actually collecting because they're fans of it. They're collecting because it's just cool to do it. It's a bummer. Okay. I am 110% disoriented right now. I'm tired. I shouldn't be tired, though. That beeping! What happens if I jump down here from here? Wait, what's this? That didn't do anything. What was the point of that? Maybe I pushed it the wrong way? I don't freaking know what I'm doing, man. What if I push it the other way? Oh, that's the one I dropped from up here on the bridge, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I'm wasting my time. Dang it! I got the heart to shut it up, and then I went and got hit again. Okay, I'm definitely messing something up. And the map in this game is just impossible to read easily. Okay. So if I go up the middle again... Probably is because Nintendo, they don't sell physical copies anymore. Well, and like, the thing is, it's partially that, but partially not, because the NES and SNES games were dirt cheap for a really long time. You know, I was in college like 14 years ago or something, so like it has been a while, but SNES and NES were already quite old at that point. It has a lot more to do with just it becoming a fad. It becoming cool to collect retro games. And so because it's a fad to collect retro games, there's less people willing to sell because they're buying them for their collection. And it just takes away from people who want to actually play the game. And it kind of sucks in that way. because like I have a small collection. It's not huge, but they're games that I wanted to play, and so I buy them because they're games I want to experience. Whereas you get somebody that'll buy games just to keep them on their shelf, and so it kind of inflates the price artificially almost, because it's not based on the game's value, it's just based on people keeping it and making it harder to find. But then, yeah, the age also plays a part in it, right? And some of the stuff is going to eventually get wrecked and you will never be able to play it again. There are certain games that will just never work because they will eventually just start to corrode and get wrecked. Or even like disc-based games. That's the big thing. A lot of CDs that like PlayStation 1 games were made on, some PlayStation 2 games were made on, they were made to only last like 20 years. And we're reaching the point where they're no longer going to be able to be used because they are just old. And that's it's a sad thing, honestly. Can I jump down there? I don't think I can. And then you have something like Nintendo doing what they've done now where... Dang it. Doing what they've done now where, like, the Mario 64 collection, the Mario collection on the Switch, they only sold it temporarily. And then, good luck to you if you want to find it. Like, right now, it's not really worth much because a bunch of people bought it. But in, like, 10 or 15 years, it's going to be one of those games where people are going to be like, I want that game. And it's going to be expensive. So like that doesn't help, and then soon we're gonna go into all digital, and then the full like retro collection will just not exist anymore, because you won't be able to get games because they were only digital copies, and I hate that. I do hate that console manufacturers are now going all digital, and eventually they'll just remove them from the shop, and then you just can't buy the game. And good luck to you, you know. Why is that still red, though? Yeah, and that's it. You're gonna be stuck emulating games. And it's just like, yeah, I get it. Emulation has come a long way. It's gotten way better now. Oh, is there a... Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, is this my chance? Is this my chance? Like, emulation's come a long way. Games are much more accurate now when they're emulated, but I don't want to do something that is almost right. I want to play it on the real hardware with the real controller, using real stuff. You know what I mean? And Nintendo is making it so we can't do that anymore. And it's like, that's not... I'm not okay with that. Give me hard copies of games. I want to actually play the game the way it was intended to be played. I don't remember how to get to that area. I had to drop on it or something, didn't I? You know what? I think I can do this. Like on my channel, I try not to use emulation too much. I try to stay away from emulation, not because I'm against it or because I'm like, no, pirating is bad. It's not that. I like to use real hardware. Now, right now I'm using the Switch, so this is emulation. But I like to use the real hardware. I like to feel the way the controller was meant to be felt. I like to play the game the way that the game was intended to be played originally. Like the last time I played this, when I did beat it, was on the SNES Mini, which again is emulation, but it was at least with the controller that felt right. And it's kind of a bummer that that's not really going to be an option for a lot of people down the line, you know? Oh, wait. Yeah, I have to get to that door. How do I get there? Up the top? Okay. Oh, I have the key now. Go away. No, you jerk! Dang it. And that's exactly it, Wesley. It's not feasible most of the time, right? Like, if you want to play this game in particular, you've got to pay a decent amount and have a console that actually works and will be okay with playing this, and then get a capture card that will support the SNES so you can actually stream it if you're, like, let's say you're a streamer. And it's like, that's not something that a lot of people can do. That's not an easy thing for people to do. And so that right away works almost as like an artificial barrier for entry. So you have to emulate it. And then you include something like, oh, Nintendo doesn't even sell this game, so good luck to you, figure it out on your own. But then if you try to get a copied version from like a ROM site or whatever, oh, you're pirating, Nintendo's gonna sue you for $5 million. It's like, well, what am I supposed to do, Nintendo? I paid you $60 when this game came out. Let me play it for as long as I want. Yeah, some stores are, or some companies are like doing things where they're trying to sell older games, or there's like what are they called? Limited run games, where they're taking games and they're releasing games that are only digital. I like what they're doing. I know that they have like done some older stuff. I don't know much about them because I've never bought anything from them. But, like, having that option at least is something. You know, at least it gives you an option. There's another company that does, like, a little handheld, and it has cartridges, and you can actually, like, switch out the cartridges, and they have retro games on there. They're usually arcade games, and they're just ports, but, like, you can play the retro game on an actual console with an actual cartridge, so you can have a variety of games, and you don't have to download stuff and, like, rely on their store to do it. So I do really appreciate that they do that. I just wish more options like that existed. Crap, no. I wish they had more options like that for people so you can play the game on real hardware the way you want to. Where am I going right now? Okay, yeah, I'm heading back. That's where I want to go. I knew it. I knew it. That's okay. That's okay. I just want to beat this temple. That's all I want to do. Just let me beat the temple. Please? But yeah, I wish there were more options, but it's a money scheme, right? Like, these companies don't actually care about their gamers. They don't actually care about the passion of video games or the art of video games. They're more interested in making a dollar. And I get it. All the power to them. You want to make a buck? Go make a buck. That's cool. But at least allow your fans to actually enjoy their fandom. Don't paywall everything just because your $1 million house is not a $1.5 million house. Just let me enjoy my games. Let me play my games, and let me play them for as long as I want. Like, this game is how old? From like 91, I think. Let me just play it. Just let me play the game, please. Oh, that's horrible, Wesley. That's horrible. But yeah, it's like the only option they give us is to play pirated versions on pirated consoles. And it's like, no, man, I would not mind if Nintendo sold the rights of like selling this, of producing it, to a company. Like, they sell the right, not sell, but like they rent out the rights to an like an independent company, and they go and they make SNES ports of games. Oops. They make SNES ports of games, and like they release it on actual SNES hardware, like limited run games, but you know, the actual game, brand new, released on the actual hardware. Obviously, there wouldn't be money in it, so that would never happen. But it would be really cool if I could buy a classic SNES game, NES game, GameCube game for the real hardware, and it's brand new. And it's one of the older games, but it's brand new. Oh, I forgot I could do that. You were only 2 years old. You're going to be 34 this April. Doesn't it suck getting old, man? I'm 37, so I'm not much further off from you. Yeah, 92. Okay, so I was off by a year. But yeah, it's kind of like, it's such an old game, and like Nintendo is not making any money on it, really. They're not losing out by selling copies to people. Like, I wouldn't mind buying a hard copy of this game to play on the real hardware. Or like if they released like when they did the GameCube, they released a Zelda trilogy pack. There was also it was a dual pack. I want to say this right. I don't want to get the information wrong. There was one version that had Zelda 1, 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask all included on the disc, and then there was one that was like Ocarina of Time plus like the Master Sword edition and Majora's Mask, but I don't think it included 1 and 2. I can't remember. But like, if they would release something like that, where it's like, hey, you can buy this, and it's got Ocarina of Time, Zelda 1, 2, Link's Awakening, and Majora's Mask, and it's, you know, the full $70 or whatever it is that they asked for. You can buy this, and yeah, it's the full price, but you will have access to the legit version of this game. I would be ecstatic. I'd be so happy. I would 100% buy that. I don't have any fairies. I've got low health. Oops. Here we go. So I didn't for the SNES and the NES. I found that the SNES and NES did not freeze nearly as much as the NES did. Sorry, I think I said the SNES and NES. I found that the SNES didn't freeze as much as the NES did, so I didn't do it much for the SNES, but I definitely did it for the NES, 100%. Baby bombs? Oh, you blew every cartridge. I didn't for the SNES. I found that one didn't ever freeze for me, but the NES I definitely did all the time. Game Boy I never had to. Oh. Game Boy I never had to, but the SNES and NES 100% I did. Dang it. Not good. You still do it with your Switch. Oh, give me health, man. I don't want that. Give me health. Okay. Here's the beauty. I don't remember how I got to where we just were, so this is gonna be awesome. Oh, dang it. I forgot that this thing is like... Yeah, this is where we were supposed to go, but I gotta do this whole thing again. Can I do this? I don't know. Dang it. some tricky liquid. It's so tricky. Yeah, sometimes you have to like find your own little hacks to make things work because something else went wrong. That I can understand. That I can understand. I know I've had to do stuff like that. Oh yeah. Give me hearts. I don't want... Okay, there we go. Another heart. Yes! Okay, full hearts. Let's go do this boss fight. I gotta travel all the way. It's so annoying. Oh, these guys again? Come on. I feel like a master archer doing that. Nope. Okay. No, I haven't. I've heard it's pretty interesting and that it has some cool, like, interesting facts about, like, the storyline and stuff. I've seen images of it. I've never actually read it, though. Whoa. Aw. Dang it, I was trying to be all smart and not get hurt. Too bad. Any health? Nothing. Are Goofy just for the fans? Yeah, I would still read them. You know, it would be, I think it would be fun. I think it'd be fun. I've heard that they're pretty good. I normally don't get too deep into fandoms about anything in general. I don't know, I just don't do stuff like that. So I always miss out on that cool stuff. Oh, it bounces back. Okay, never mind. Blow up. Nope, that didn't work. Oh. Ow! Dude, you keep moving out of the way? Not cool. There it is. Dude. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. It's so hard to dodge. Oh, God. Oh, God. Panic. Panic. Dang it. Dang it. Now I have to fight the whole way back. Why isn't there a shortcut to this place? I still haven't reached that one room up there. Man, I gotta fight my whole way back. I hate that. This is the last time I'm gonna try. Only because I have to go make dinner. I have to work on editing some stuff that I'm working on right now. Hearts? Hearts? No hearts. Rest in pepperonis indeed, man. Rest in pepperonis indeed. This is the worst part. I gotta go around in this giant circle. Hearts. Dang it. I don't even know what I'm making for dinner. I pulled a chicken breast out and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Vanilla Productions, how's it going? Yes, Skyward Sword is quite disliked. Now, I am not one of the people that dislikes it. I dislike it, but there's an asterisk next to it. I dislike it for the control gimmick. That's the only reason. The Wii was trying to do something that just they did not have the technology for. The technology was nowhere near good enough for it. If it was like a VR headset level of control, it would have been amazing. But the Wii just is not capable of it, even with like the Wii Plus controller or whatever, Motion Plus or whatever that thing's called. Just not good enough for it. If you don't include the horrible control scheme and the gimmick that they tried to do with it, the storyline is I was gonna say amazing and fantastic at the same time. Amazing. The storyline is amazing. The graphics are one of my favorite art styles for Zelda because it's cartoony but still achieving a bit of realism with it. I actually prefer it to Breath of the Wild. I like Skyward Sword a lot better. I thought the gameplay mechanics were really fun, like the different ideas of how like to solve puzzles and stuff. I thought the world was really cool, and it gave you enough of an open world while still being a classic Zelda game. So I actually really like it, and it would be my all-time favorite if it wasn't for the bad controls. That's the only complaint I have is the controls. But outside of that, I think it's a phenomenal game. I think most people hate it because they didn't put up with the bad controls, so they didn't get a chance to actually enjoy the game. But I personally think it's quite good. I think it's very underrated. And I was very disappointed when they released the Switch version and the controls still weren't great. It's amazing. Well, and even with the Switch port, the reason people are not happy with the Switch port is because you have to use the joystick to mimic. Like, you can use the Joy-Con controller's motion to actually do the same way that you would have on the Wii, but without the Joy-Con motion, you still have to mimic it with the joystick, which is still kind of cumbersome. So, like, that's the big complaint that people have, at least with that version of it. And so, like, I get why people are not happy. I haven't tried the Switch version. I feel like the Switch version would still be better than the Wii U version. But yeah, I just wish that they would have found a way to make it so you could just push a button instead of having to swing in a certain way. The gimmick just wasn't a good idea. But Nintendo has been all about gimmicks for a long time, right? And so, like, I'm not a fan of the gimmick thing. I don't like that Nintendo does gimmicks. But I think it's a great game. I think it's really underrated. Yeah, you have to press the camera. Yeah, so like that was the whole thing. Is like there were some issues with the way they tried to deal with the controller, and it was not a good response to an already bad controller style. And so like that's the main complaint people have, right? Is the control scheme. But I think Skyward Sword is amazing. I loved it. Like, I know a lot of people were pretty, like, kind of meh when they announced they were releasing that. I was incredibly excited because I was hopeful that they would have figured out a way to make the control scheme better. But overall, I still really like the game. I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm going to be playing through all the Zelda games on the channel. And eventually I will get to Skyward Sword, and I'm looking forward to it. Although I'll probably buy the Switch version just so I can get the slightly better controls, instead of playing it on the Wii with the broken controls, you know what I mean? This is not good. Ow. I don't know how to, like, Ow, I don't know how to avoid his tail. Dang it. I'm gonna die. Hey, how did it switch to... Oh, I'm out of bombs. Oh, crap. I'm done for. If I don't have bombs, how do I do anything? Dang it. It's pretty good. There are moments where it gets a little bit frustrating. Skyward Sword can get a little bit frustrating at times, but I played through it. I loved it. By the end of the game, I was like, this is phenomenal. I thought the story was one of the best stories out of all of them. I enjoyed it. I had it for a very long time and never beat it, but it's because I couldn't do the controllers. It drove me nuts. But because I did it on stream, it kind of forces you to keep pushing yourself, and so I was able to get past the bad controls, and I was able to enjoy it a lot more. I still complain the whole time because the controls are bad. They're objectively just bad controls. It's like my biggest criticism about Nintendo is that they are fixated on using gimmicks. They want to have gimmicks for everything, and gimmicks are just not... It worked a couple of times. Like, it worked with the Switch because it was a convertible console. It worked with the Wii because it was like a fun gimmick of using control motion. But like, the Switch is underpowered. A lot of devs are not releasing good ports on the Switch because it's not capable anymore. And so like, I wish Nintendo would put the gimmicks back a little bit. I'm worried about what this new console is going to have as a new gimmick. I wish they would kind of pull back on the gimmicks a bit and concentrate on actually making some good games, because I think Skyward Sword suffered because of the gimmick. That was the only reason, because the game itself is great. The puzzles are awesome, but the gimmick of using the sword motion to fight when it wasn't accurate, like there were times where like the goblin, hobgoblin, whatever they're called, they would be blocking up above because you would hold your sword up and they would block up above, and I would swing around, but the motion was so inaccurate he would still swing downwards, and it's just like it's just not there yet, and so they try to cram gimmicks down your throat, and it just kind of wrecks the game. It kind of just limits the game's ability, which is kind of a bummer. I just wish Nintendo wouldn't fall into that trap too much. But Nintendo doesn't care about their gamers. They don't care about their experience. They care about what's going to make them money and what gimmick is going to be sellable, which is a bummer. It kind of sucks. Zelda puzzles can be quite hard. Once you learn them, they're a lot easier, but they can be quite hard when you initially go in, especially if you're not reading up on like walkthroughs and stuff. And you know, the classic Zelda games, I grew up when the internet was around, but it wasn't like there were not a lot of websites where you could go and just have a full walkthrough. It wasn't like it is now where like you could just Google something or you could YouTube it and it's just all there. Back in the day, like, yeah, there were forums and stuff, but like when you're 12 years old, most kids didn't know about forums at 12 years old. And if you did, it wasn't going to be easy to find a walkthrough for a game that you liked. There was usually just going to be like it is now, where it's just people arguing about games. And so most of the time you have to just figure it out on your own, and it can be really, really hard. An example, not something that is Zelda related, but in the same vein of this conversation, Metal Gear Solid, the PlayStation 1 game. There is a part where you are told you need to communicate with somebody on the walkie-talkie, and you have to put in their channel that you're going to communicate with, but they don't tell you what it is. And the hint is, I think I saw it on the back of the case somewhere. I spent like well over an hour, way more time than I'm willing to admit, on trying to figure out what they meant by that. I went and I collected every item I could find. I was trying to see if I could read descriptions of the item, if there's a way to like look at the item. And then I went and found every box that I could find in the game and like used the binoculars to look at it to see if maybe it was written there. And then one day, like I had pretty much given up. And then one day I was moving the game, and when I moved it, it was upside down and I saw the code. And I was like, are you kidding me? They meant legitimate. On the back of the box of the game, the code is there. And it's like, that's something that is very obvious now, But back then, games weren't doing stuff like that. So when they said that, you didn't think that way. And there was no Google to be like, where do I find the code? It was just a good luck. And when I found it, I was blown away by how cool that idea was. Vanilla, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate that. Welcome to my channel. Yeah, the 2000s gamer trauma. I grew up in the 90s, so I had the 90s gamer trauma where games were even more secretive with what you were supposed to do, and there was even less places to find out what you were supposed to do. And then your friends would tell you secrets that were completely false, and you would spend hours trying to figure it out, and it just never, ever amounted to anything. It was always so frustrating. You still have that problem slashing diet. Can you slash? Oh no, in Skyward Sword, yes, 100%. It sucks because the game is so good. It's just the gimmick made it hard for people to enjoy, and it kind of sucks because the game is so good. It's one of my favorite Zelda games. I almost never mention it when people ask me because I just don't think about it because I didn't experience it until I did it on stream like a couple years ago. But yeah, Skyward Sword is amazing. Buckmane, hello. My thoughts on the PS Portal. I don't get it. I don't understand, and I don't know why people are making it out to be this like amazing thing. Like so many people were like, it's gonna be garbage, and then they bought it and they're like, it's better than I thought it would be, and I still don't understand why. Like I have the ROG Ally. I have an iPad mini. I have my iPhone. All of those can do what this thing does and do other things as well. And so obviously they're more expensive, right? Like the iPad mini is $600. The ROG Ally was like $400. And the Portal is only 120. So like price wise, yeah, I get it. But at the same time, I would rather spend $400 on an ROG Ally and be able to do a hell of a lot more than one thing and one thing only. If PlayStation allowed you to use the PlayStation streaming service that they have, the cloud gaming thing that they have, then it would 110% be worth it. 110% it would be worth it. Because you could literally play anything you want on this handheld. That would be fantastic. But the fact that you need a PlayStation 5 to do it, it doesn't make sense to me. That being said, if for some reason the channel starts to pick up and I start making money on it, I would absolutely buy one because I like technology and I would like to test it out and see what it's like. But I just don't get it. I don't understand it. But I think it looks cool. Apparently the screen is quite awesome. The screen is bigger than the ROG Ally, so you get a bit of a better experience. I find 7 inches is just slightly too small. But yeah, like I've been playing on my ROG Ally and the screen is amazing on that thing, and playing games on it looks fantastic, but it's obviously bigger. But I can do a heck of a lot more on it. So like I get more use out of my ROG Ally than I would on the Portal, but I think the Portal looks pretty cool. Yes, Motkai. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. Yes, they had the Nintendo Direct line. So you could call them and it was like $1.99 a minute, and they would give you advice on how to beat the game because they actually had people who sat in an office and would play the game with you, and they would be able to actually help you through it. It was incredibly expensive, and obviously they would take a long time to give you your answer, so it would be something that would be very expensive. I never ever called one of those places. I was really poor growing up, so I never called one of those places. But yeah, they did include that. They did have that. And there was like Nintendo Power, which would give you like mini walkthroughs of games and stuff. But again, I was poor. I never bought magazines until I was a much older person. But like, yeah. Older times, it was a lot harder for gaming. You had to just figure stuff out most of the time. You'd like the Lenovo Legion? Yeah. The Legion is supposed to be quite good. I haven't heard enough about it. I haven't looked into it because I don't want to get tempted to buy one. I haven't heard enough about it to make a real judgment on it. But from everything that I have seen, it hasn't done anything to like dethrone the Steam Deck or Steam Deck whatever that's called, or to like take the second place of the ROG Ally. It's kind of like on the same level as the ROG Ally. Obviously, the controllers being able to be switched out is a pretty cool idea, but there have been some complaints about it. But there are definitely some benefits to it that outdo the ROG Ally. It's just one of those, it's a lot more expensive than the ROG Ally, if I remember correctly. And so it's like the drawbacks to the ROG Ally, it's worth it for the price difference because it's not that much better than the ROG Ally to make it worth that much more money. But any of those handhelds are pretty good for the price. Like the Steam Deck has some pretty powerful hardware in there because you're using a 720p monitor. Like it's not a very powerful screen, so you don't need incredibly powerful hardware. The ROG Ally has a better screen, but even then, the hardware is more powerful, so you can still run games at roughly the same quality, some games better quality, on the ROG Ally, and it's great. And the Legion apparently is very similar too. So like any of those are a really good choice. I actually am loving the fact that there are handheld PCs now because I've always wanted one as a kid and they just never existed and I hated that. And now you have the option of going places and playing a game in your hand. It's pretty great. How much did Nintendo Power cost? If I recall, I'm in Canada, but if I recall correctly, it was like $15 a magazine at the time. And this was in the 90s. So if you were to like do inflation, it'd be closer to like $40 a magazine. Like it wasn't cheap. But they were good. Like I bought a couple when I was closer to like 14, 15 years old, not Nintendo Power. I bought other ones that were available because like one of them had the walkthrough to Silent Hill. So I bought that one because I've always loved Silent Hill. And then I bought one that had the like a demo disc and it had the demo of Metal Gear in it. And so it's like I would buy ones with demo discs so I could try games out and stuff. But yeah, they weren't cheap. They weren't really cheap. Yeah, Wesley, that's the thing. The Steam Deck has the trackpads. The 720p screen, because of the size, it really isn't that big of a downgrade. Like I play my ROG Ally at 1080p, but most of the time it's at 720p because I'm on battery and I want to make it last. And it doesn't look that much worse. It is sharper at 1080p, but not at a point where you're like, ugh, I can't do this. It's not like having like a 60-inch television going from 4K to 1080p where you're like, wow, that's blurry. It's really not that big of a difference. And the trackpads make a huge difference for a lot of stuff. It's a pain in the butt trying to use joysticks instead of a trackpad. And the OLED screen, OLED is awesome. So I think that's a better choice for sure. I just got the ROG Ally because when I was looking, the Steam Deck, the top of the line Steam Deck was the same price as the ROG Ally, and the ROG Ally, it was on sale at the time, so that's why they were the same price. And the ROG Ally was available at Best Buy, and the Steam Deck was going to take 5 to 15 business days, and I wanted it now, so I went and got the ROG Ally, and I don't regret it. But yes, Vanilla Production. So once I beat this, I will be playing Ocarina of Time, and the plan is I'm going to be doing a 3-heart challenge in that game. So I am going to be playing the game and not picking up any of the heart containers and only have 3 hearts for the whole run. The downside is sometimes mistakes happen and I have to redo stuff because I'll pick up a heart by accident. It happened one run where I played and I did the whole water temple from beginning to end, beat the boss, and you know the camera faces Link when you beat the boss or whatever, and the portal shows up, and I was standing right next to the heart, and the way that the camera angle set up, I couldn't see where the heart was, and I turned and walked right into it, and then I ended up with 4 hearts, and then I reset, and then realized I hadn't saved since the last stream, so I had to do the whole water temple again a second time. I was not happy about that. I was very, very upset about that. So that's why I like to do the 3-heart challenge. It makes it interesting. You know what I mean? But yeah, I will be playing that once we beat this one. It's probably going to take a while because I'm bad at this game, but we'll get there. But that is everything, folks. I got to get out of here because I got to cook some dinner. I got to figure out what I'm having for dinner. I haven't tried the PC port. I haven't tried it. Maybe I could look into that. Maybe that might be an option. We'll see. We'll see what I do. Because I have the GameCube collector thing, and I have a Wii, so I use my Wii, which then upscales it slightly, and then connected through the composite cables, it makes it look pretty nice on screen. But obviously, it's not the same as like playing at a 1080p. So maybe I'll look into that and see how that is. But yes, I'm gonna get myself out of here. I gotta go make some dinner. I'm starving. And then I got to go edit my Minecraft video for a couple of hours. Everybody, thank you so much for being here, for chatting with me. I am sorry that I got stuck at this boss fight for so long. We will beat it next time. I think next stream, I will start by leaving the temple, going to get some fairies, and then coming back to the temple. If I can find fairies, I don't know where I'll find fairies. I got to see. But then maybe that'll give us a better chance. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I do. But yes, I don't think I have anything planned for tomorrow, so maybe I'll stream tomorrow. If I do, I'm probably going to do Resident Evil tomorrow because I haven't played Resident Evil in a few weeks and I really want to beat that game. So we'll probably play Resident Evil 4 in VR tomorrow. And that'll be it. There's quality of life stuff, bug fixes, a built-in randomizer. Cool. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. I'll definitely have to look into it, Wesley. That sounds like it'd be a really fun time. But yes, everybody, I will be back tomorrow. It'll probably be around the same time as today. I know today was kind of a short stream. It was only 2.5 hours. Or no, not even 2 hours. An hour and 50 minutes, but I'm starving. I started a little bit later than usual. But, oh no, it was 2.5 because I didn't go live on Twitch. That's what it was. But I will be live tomorrow. I'll probably start whatever time it is now in your time zone, 3 hours earlier. That's probably when I'll be live tomorrow. Because right now it is 7. I'm aiming to be live at around 4 o'clock tomorrow. That way I can do a 3 or 4 hour stream and be finished around this time rather than getting late into the night because I usually get hungry around this time. So I would rather stop and be able to eat. But that'll be everything. Like I said, Resident Evil 4 tomorrow in VR. And for anybody on TikTok that's watching, that means that I won't be able to interact with you guys. I'll probably go live on TikTok, but I won't be able to interact because I can't get text-to-speech from TikTok into my headset. So I would have to rely on YouTube and Twitch. And so if you're going to want to hang out, I am going to put a message on screen that'll be like, hey, I can't chat with you here. Come to Twitch or YouTube. But that'll be that. So thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. Yes. So it'll be fairly late. Come on, Kai. It'll be fairly late. But yes, thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate all the love and the support, and I will see you all tomorrow.